Hey there, healer friends, and welcome to TheraSisters.
Yay!
I'm Katheryn Barton.
I'm Amy Camp Ryan.
We are two sisters. We're both therapists, and we are the co-founders of TheraSistersStL.
Yes, and we're here to bring you real talk, belly laughs, and a whole lot of glimmers.
Yay.
This space is just for you, the ones who hold space for everyone else. So take a breath, get comfy, and let's dive in.
Giggles and glimmers.
Are you scared?
Hello. Oh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Don't read my little... She's reading my little texts.
She had a text that popped up, so good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Here we are.
Here we are on a porch.
Yep. In the summer.
Chatting. Yeah.
Chatting.
Loving it.
Yes.
So today we're talking about, as being therapists, talking about how it can be lonely sometimes as a therapist or even a healer in general.
Yep.
Right? Because a lot of our work is individual. A lot of our work happens, at least for us, in our office.
Mm-hmm.
And then people come in and then people leave.
Yes.
And then we don't really have time to connect with others, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so I don't know. So that's just the topic we were wanting to talk about today.
Was loneliness. Yeah, because in, a counseling office, you can have multiple therapists there, but most of us work on the hour, and so there's like a few minutes in between that maybe, or if you schedule lunch hour.
When we're probably running to the bathroom.
Right. Every hour on the hour.
Right. And then coming back and then saying hi.
Yeah.
Because we live in an office, we work in an office space that has 8 different
There's a good number
offices.
of us. Yeah.
And so, when there's other therapists there at the same time, we're like, hi, goodbye.
Yes. Yeah. So it can get lonely, and you got to make that effort to really connect.
Yeah.
And also, I think when you're helping people, a lot of focus is on the people, which is important and good. And then people find out that we're therapists, and then we get to focus on them. And so it can be isolating too, because not everyone understands the work as a therapist, unless you are a therapist or healer, right? People don't always understand maybe the work that goes into a masseuse. I think about those masseurs? Massagers?
Massage.
And their hands have got to get so tired.
We'll have to ask someone about that.
And sometimes loneliness feels more lonely when you're with somebody.
Oh, sure.
Sure. So if you're massaging someone's, I don't know, I'd have to talk to a masseuse about that. Do they feel lonely while they're doing it? Because they're in a room and there's no talking?
I was watching this video. What was it? Someone was just talking about how they got a massage, and the massage person kept falling asleep on them.
How does a massage the person getting the massage?
No,
or the masseur?
The person giving the massage kept falling asleep while they were giving it.
They must have been really burnt out.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they finally were like, I think our time is up, or I'm good. The person getting the massage was like, oh, I'm good.
Wow.
Where was I? If you remember who you were and I was talking to you and that was your story, thank you.
Yes. Thanks for sharing that story. I've never heard of that. They're standing?
But anyway, yeah, but they were, I don't remember.
Wow.
It wasn't my experience, but
They must have been really tired.
They were a very tired masseuse. And what you said of the loneliness piece, being lonely even within others, but I think it's also, and we focus on us as therapists because that's what we do, but
what we know.
We're also holding space for people and their feelings and what they're needing.
Yes.
And so that's not necessarily space for us. I mean, we can heal through helping others heal. But I just think having this space that we're creating to be there for each other, to really know what that feels like, to hold space for others, but then who's there to hold space for you, right?
Yeah. And so, I mean, that's part of the reason of TheraSisters making this shift. And I think you brought up some good points of, our previous year doing our podcasts and things of that nature, and just connecting with all the people who came on our podcast. So thank you everyone who came on. I enjoyed it so much, getting to hear their stories and how they help and what they think healing is, and I think on some of those, the one with Selena, I know that we had a moment that was kind of healing and connecting. And so, yeah, and just having these stories with them and connecting, like, yeah, I totally get what you're talking about, and feel that. And then, you know, with your networking noms that you created, that's now part of TheraSisters, so thank you for sharing that with us. And just all the different therapists, and there's sometimes we have masseuses. I'm so sorry that I'm messing that up.
Masseurs?
Yeah, masseurs. No, it's a masseuse. Masseuses. But anyway, the networking
You can comment below what the actual word is, and we'll correct it for next time.
If we remember. And just that connection to talk, and it just feels really good. And so that's kind of why we're shifting to helping the healers.
Yeah. And so just like networking noms, to let people know what networking noms is. It's it's just this local group of healers coming together once a month to have brunch, basically.
Yes. Drink coffee and talk. Support local coffee shops or breakfast shops. So if you have recommendations.
We always go to a different place. And so we haven't repeated a place once, I don't think, which is cool. But so it's a local, going to a local coffee shop, getting breakfast with fellow healers, and really networking noms, it's more to connect so that we can fill our practices, right? That was initially why I started it, because I wanted to get more clients. And so I think networking, meeting other therapists and other people who have connections with people who are needing our services is a great way to do that. I think word of mouth.
Helping healers, because that too is stressful and can sometimes feel lonely if you're doing all of this marketing. Because
marketing.
Yes,
let's talk about that.
Yes,
we'll talk about that another time.
I switched off of insurance and went into private pay only, and it is hard. I'm back on insurance, taking insurance. It's just really hard, and it can get lonely because it's like you're doing all of this work, you're not seeing the growth that you want to be seeing, and you're hearing other people doing well, and you might not always want to share, like, oh, I'm not doing so great. And it is nice to have people who can network with and support you and refer to you, and so we also want to help on that end, not just the loneliness and the emotional and the connection, but maybe on the business too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Because we know what that's like, because just your journey of where you've come from, of taking insurance, not taking insurance, back to taking insurance, right? Like, there's a lot of thought that goes into that, and like, am I doing the right thing? I don't know any different because I'm too scared to take insurance, but I also think my niche is a little different. It's a little more specialized with working with couples solely. I do see some individuals, but focusing on couples and emotionally focused therapy makes it so it's people find me easier, I think. I don't know. Anyway. But so what else did we what else were we thinking?
Just really about wanting connecting and loneliness, and I think part of getting through the loneliness too is also being vulnerable, and vulnerable in the sense of maybe not sharing the deep dark secrets just yet, but like vulnerable in admitting that I'm lonely. This is hard work. It's really hard, and
but I love it.
And getting out and meeting people. Right? Especially if you're an introverted person.
Which I'm actually
I lean
introverted.
That way.
But
I lean that way.
You're probably more so than me, I guess.
Yes. I think I am more so than you. You're really good at it. You are good at it, though. So I think that's a piece of it, and we want to create a space where it's safe to be vulnerable and to have the courage to meet people and to connect and to be authentic and to find that joy with like-minded workers, so to speak.
Fellow people.
Fellow healers. Who get it.
Right. And another piece that we were talking about, or a couple pieces, right? So I also think when people are new to town or new to a city, it's how do I get started, right? How do I meet people? How do I network? And so a lot of times networking moms will get a lot of people that are like, hey, I'm new to this city. What's something that I can easily kind of jump in and meet some people?
Yeah.
But then I also think that, where was I going with this? My brain kind of went whoop.
When people are new to St. Louis or to a city?
Yeah, when people are new to a city and they're needing to make those connections. But also, I think it was still connected to kind of the loneliness piece and like what you were saying about like-minded people of we can talk about, we can use business jargon or we can use therapist jargon or we can
have bad jokes that sound very unkind, maybe? Is that a thing? What? Maybe not unkind, but jokes that other people might not get. And if a person out in the world heard us saying that as a therapist, they'd be like, oh my God, they're not a very thoughtful therapist. I don't know.
But really, we would get it and be like, well, we know we are not being unkind or mean, but hey, sometimes that's what it feels like to be a therapist because it's hard. I get it.
Okay. Thank you for getting it.
And at first I was like, where are you
not
going?
The bad dad jokes, but I don't even, let me just stop talking.
Well, if you can't tell, we have a little bit of the ADHD.
A little bit. To the point that your chair is squeaking and it sounds like a frog. And
it does. I do not like.
But I cannot
not chair. Not rock.
I cannot not rock.
Not rock. It's not yacht rock, but we do like some yacht rock.
I do like some yacht rock. Would you consider Air Supply yacht rock?
I don't know because I don't know what Air Supply is.
I know you're young.
I'm not that young.
Yeah. That's true. You're not that young.
But I'm not that old.
What were we? Okay, so coming to a new city, connections.
Oh, and loneliness. But the ease of connecting with fellow healers, therapists who already get it.
You already have that one connection already.
Exactly. We already have that way that we can talk about what we do because it's different. Because I can imagine if I'm trying to talk about my job or what I do with someone who has no idea what it's like to be a therapist or a healer or hold space for others, they're kind of like, yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Or I feel like I have to explain a lot of the background.
Yes.
And so with fellow therapists and healers, I don't have to do that because you guys already know what that means. And so.
And I think too, the work that we do, most of us is confidential.
Oh, yeah.
And we can't talk about it necessarily, but we can, there are ways to talk about conversations with other therapists that we have that is safe and confidential.
And, we can use, if we use generalities, but we're talking with a fellow therapist, then it's obviously, we can be on the same page because we've probably experienced the same thing.
Yes. So that too can help with the connection.
Yeah.
I get it.
And then I think just another piece is, and we are outside, so there was an airplane earlier, and now there's a siren. Yay. But
and leaves blowing. Yes, get outside when you can because it is good for you.
It's wonderful, and it's not too hot yet.
Yeah.
No, but like the burnout, right? That comes along with holding space for others. The burnout that comes along with not having a safe space to share, right? Or to reflect or to heal or process with someone else, right? Like, are we expected to do so much of that processing on our own? Do we seek our own therapists?
Yes.
Do we not? Right?
So we're here for all of that. And hopefully we'll be a little more, I doubt we'll be more organized next time.
Don't expect organization
succinct
from us. We have to know our limits.
Yes. But I guess we can share more tips and, suggestions to, for you guys to have and use. And maybe we can also get share resources.
We have plans.
Yeah, we have all kinds of plans. But I'm looking forward to this new journey.
Me too.
Yeah. Yay! So, TheraSisters. Yes, we hope you find connections and don't feel so lonely and you're not alone because we are here.
Yeah.
the TheraSisters.
Yeah. And join us here on YouTube.
Yeah.
For the support and the conversations that we're wanting and needing. Drop any comments that give us things to talk about.
Yes, please.
And
share.
like and share and subscribe and share with your friends, and let's do this.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's heal.
Yay.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. We're so glad you're here. If today's episode gave you a little something, a giggle, a glimmer, or just a moment to breathe, we'd love for you to like, subscribe, and share it with a fellow healer who might need it too.
Want more cozy encouragement, updates, and behind-the-scenes silliness? Join our newsletter at TheraSistersStL.com and come be a part of our circle. We'll see you next time.
And until then, remember, you're doing great. You're not alone. And giggles and glimmers matter. Giggles and glimmers. Okay.